In this video, I'm just going to focus on what I think about the Chevy Bolt electric vehicle. I've got a 22 2LT. I've got 7,050 miles on it. I've had it 7 months. Right now I'm in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Temperature outside shows 60 degrees. Range shows 232 miles. And on my impacts screen, it shows that my technique has added 41 miles. Terrain subtracts 2, climate subtracts 3, outside temperature subtracts 4, for a net gain of about 32 miles over the expected range. So again, those are the things. You've got several screens that keep you informed as to what is going on with your electrical usage, and they're easy to use. And overall, I give the car, it's probably the best car I've ever had in my life. Okay. Again, I'm 77 years old. My driving habits lend themselves to having an electric car. Why? Because I drive fairly slow. I don't take long trips anymore. Rarely. I mean, a long trip for me now is 50 miles run one way. And so, yeah, I could go 125 miles one way and back home to charge with no issue at all. And I could do that every day. I've got two home type chargers. I've got the 110 volt charger that comes with the Chevy Bolt, which is slow. It'll add 4 miles per hour, which, in 24 hours would give you approximately 100 miles. However, I also have a 50 amp charger, which adds about 30 miles an hour. And in 3 hours, you've got, roughly 100 miles. And so for me, I charge about 90% of the time using the 110 charger. Why? Because I'm in no hurry. The overnight charge for me, 9 times out of 10 will put back what I've used the previous day. But I don't charge every day. I've charged probably twice a week. I travel about maybe 225 miles a week average. And so, yeah, you can see how an electric vehicle works well for me. Recently, I had a mental fit of some kind and was planning on getting me a gasoline car or an ICE car, whatever you want to call it. And I looked at the Toyota Prius 2023, Toyota, I think is it the Rogue or Nissan Rogue? I can't remember. But be that as it may, I looked at 2 or 3 different models, and just now, after I left Walmart here in Ruidoso, I went and drove a internal combustion car. And God, I got to tell you guys, the noise level in the car I drove, I won't mention the name of it, but it was about a $35,000 automobile, and this was $30,000 when I bought it new 7 months ago. Yeah, it's not only is it noisy. I mean, it's just you gotta, I don't know, you gotta maintain it. Right now, the only thing I've had to do to my 2022 Bolt is replace a motor in the windshield. I had to replace the windshield washer motor. Yeah, that's the only issue I've had. I haven't had any battery issues at all, no range anxiety issues at all. And so, if you're interested in an all electric vehicle, I would have to say by far, unless you just need a big car for some reason, but the Tesla is no larger on the inside than the Chevy Bolt. That's an illusion. As far as design and build quality, I give General Motors the edge over Tesla. And I've been in a Tesla. I've ridden in Teslas. They are a nice car. They're extremely fast. Do you need that speed? to get to the grocery store? No. You know, you can't go from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds or whatever it goes just anywhere. You know what I mean? And there's how many times are you going to do that? None. You know, my Chevy Bolt will go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. That'll outrun just about any car I've ever had. Okay? I'm telling you, man, it's super quick. It's all torque. But again, as far as the design and build quality, I give it a 10. Now, I'm doing this video inside of my Chevy Bolt on a fairly, I don't know, average road, I guess you'd say. Listen, you be the judge of the road noise. So it's very quiet. There's certainly no engine noise. And in this area in New Mexico, there's mountains near Ruidoso, so you go up and down here a lot. I live in Capitan, New Mexico, 20 miles away, 25, whatever. And yeah, it's amazing. I mean, yeah, there's no shifting gears. You know, there's no upshift, downshifts, or any of that stuff here in the mountains. And on a cold day, I think it was 18 degrees here one morning, and it reduces the range on the Bolt by about, I would say 15 to 20% overall at that temperature. As the temperature goes up, you know, to 40, 50, 60, then your range is better or a little bit longer. So the temperature, outside temperature does make a difference. But I've seen a number of videos on YouTube talking about the Chevy Bolt. Most of them are extremely positive, I will say that, and this will be another positive one, but there's a few that may have had a bad experience years ago when they had some battery issues. My 2022 has had no battery issues at all, none. And it comes with all kinds of things, man. It's got heated seats, tilt cruise, all that stuff, that adaptive cruise, heated steering wheel, I don't know, everything you can think of. It doesn't have a power moonroof. I think you can get that in the SUV type one, the one that's a little bigger than this, very little bit bigger, just a little bit. But anyway, see, but right now, see, I've got 225 miles of range. Now, when we're starting down the mountains, heading into Capitan, this is Highway 48. Now, by the time I get to Capitan, I'll have about probably 250 miles of range because of the regenerative braking. So when I left, I had about 264 miles. That will mean I will have traveled 50 miles and actually only used energy miles wise about 20, because it regenerates as we're going down these mountains here. And then, you know, it kind of, even though Capitan is only about 500 feet lower than Ruidoso, when you come in to Ruidoso, you kind of climb up into this town and go down, and then when you leave, you climb back up and then coast back down to Capitan. So I'm up to 227 miles of range right now, and yeah, I mean, you can't hardly beat that. And my cost per mile here in this area, I use Otero Electric. It's a cooperative. It's 13 cents per kilowatt at my home base in Capitan to charge the electric vehicle. I'm right now, I'll look at my details here on my screen. My lifetime average is 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour over 7,000 miles. So if you divide 13 cents per kilowatt by 4.5 cents per mile, it's under 3 cents per mile. All right, you know, that's equal to 140 miles per gallon gas car, approximately. You know, and is that good? Yeah, I mean, but I didn't buy the car with the idea in mind of trying to cost justify it. I just wanted an electric vehicle to see what they were all about and if they would work for me. Obviously it does. I've had it for 7 months, 7,000 miles, and no issues at all. Charging has never been an issue. Of course, I don't take trips. Now, I was thinking about doing some of that traveling, and that's where I came up with the brainstorm of getting me an internal combustion engine vehicle, or ICE vehicle, a Prius or something. But first of all, you can't get one. All the popular cars that you might want, the dealers don't have them on their lot. You're going to have to get on a waiting list. They mark up the MSRP and all kind of stupid little games they play. But on the Chevy Bolt, you can go to a Chevrolet dealership. The one I dealt with was in Castroville, Texas, and near San Antonio. And no, there's no games. You just buy it. And they start at about 27,000 and go up to 32, 33, whatever they are. And for that, I have to say again, I don't mean to beat you over the head with this, but listen, there's hardly any noise, man. This road is not that smooth right here. I guarantee you it's not. And it rides comfortably. It's got Sirius radio with Bose speakers, good speakers. Shit, man, would I buy it again? Yes, I would. I really would. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a heads up on the Chevy Bolt. I know some of you have an interest in electric vehicles, and more and more of you will be coming on board as electric vehicles become more and more popular, and the build out of charging stations begins to increase rapidly throughout the United States and the world. You can just about charge anywhere now. Also, another little caveat, little thing I'll throw in here, you can buy an adapter to use the Tesla charging stations for $50 at Amazon. And what you do, it's an adapter that you plug into the Chevy Bolt, wherever you plug it in first, and then you plug in your J1772 or whatever, it's a J plug of some kind. You plug it into that adapter and you're good to go. And then that's super fast charging. But you cannot charge the Chevy Bolt faster than 50 kilowatts an hour. It's only got a 65 kilowatt battery. So you'd have to be nearly empty for it to take more than an hour to get from zero to full. 50 kilowatts for me, if I pulled in and waited 1 hour, 50 kilowatts would give me 220 miles or 225 miles at my 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So no, is that good? Hell yeah. I can read a book or watch a movie on my phone if I have to. But if you have a Tesla, they charge faster. My car won't do that. And that's maybe why it's a little less expensive. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick heads up. This thing kind of drug on. But you got to see the hill country or mountains around Ruidoso and Capitan, New Mexico. So if you're looking for an electric vehicle, I'm not saying that you should buy a Chevy Bolt, but I say that you should at least include it in your mix of what you're planning on looking at to make a decision. So with that in mind, thumbs up. Carpe diem means seize the day in Latin. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health, eat right, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy your life the best you can. Will an electric vehicle help you enjoy your life? I think so. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.